When most people think about Roth conversions, they focus on one thing, whether it will reduce the taxes they pay over their lifetime. And yes, that's important, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Here's why. When you convert money from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA, you're making a very deliberate choice. You're deciding to pay taxes now, at known rates, on your schedule. The alternative is leaving the money in a traditional IRA, deferring taxes, and leaving the obligation for someone else to handle later. Usually, that someone is your spouse, and eventually, your children. Traditional IRAs don't eliminate taxes, they just postpone them. And deferred taxes don't disappear, they get passed along. If you pass first, your spouse becomes a single filer and faces required minimum distributions, often at higher tax rates. This is sometimes called the widow's penalty, which I've covered in another video. After your spouse, the remaining IRA assets typically go to your children. Under current law, most non-spouse beneficiaries must drain inherited retirement accounts within 10 years. That can create a massive tax hit, forcing income during their highest earning years on top of salaries, bonuses, and business income. In short, the tax bill you delay paying now doesn't vanish. It just grows and lands in someone else's lap. So, once you've reached the point where your own retirement is secure and there's likely money left over, it's time to ask the question that really matters. After all the taxes are paid, by you, your spouse, and eventually your children, how much of this money actually stays in your family's hands? And how much goes to the IRS? To answer that, you need to think about Roth conversions differently. You have to extend your planning horizon beyond just your own lifetime to include your kids. For many retirees, your current tax rate is likely lower than your children's will be in the future, especially if they're dual income households or business owners. When you look at Roth conversions this way, the decision can change dramatically. Even a conversion that seems neutral or slightly unfavorable for your lifetime could create significant benefits for the next generation. Let me tell you an example. First, let's look at a plan focused only on the parents' lifetimes. Here's what it shows. Without a Roth conversion, cumulative taxes over the couple's lifetimes, orange line, follow a predictable pattern. With a Roth conversion up to the 24% bracket, blue line, taxes are higher in the early years but gradually narrow over time. If you stop the analysis here, it's easy to conclude Roth conversions aren't worth it. They look neutral at best. But now, let's expand the horizon to include their daughter. Both parents pass away at age 95, and she inherits the remaining retirement assets. She's financially successful, and distributions would fall in the 35% tax bracket. Without the Roth conversion, total taxes across the family exceed $3.8 million. With strategic Roth conversions, the daughter's inherited distributions are mostly tax-free, and total taxes drop to $1.6 million. That's a difference of over $2 million, all by looking beyond just the parent's lifetime. This is why Roth conversions aren't just a tax strategy, they're a legacy strategy. If your planning stops at your own lifetime, you may be missing the most impactful part of the decision. Of course, every situation is different. Factors like cash flow, Medicare premiums, Social Security taxation, market returns, charitable goals, and estate planning all play a role. The point is not that everyone should convert, but that extending your planning horizon can dramatically change the outcome. If you'd like to see how Roth conversions might impact your family's wealth, you can schedule a personalized consultation through the link below. We'll walk through your situation together and see whether this strategy could make sense for you. Thanks for watching, and remember, planning for your legacy can be just as important as planning for your retirement.